What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. I hope we're all good, and more importantly, I hope we are still well underway with our fitness goals of 2023, 1 month in. I hope the pace has not slowed down and that we're still striving to be the best versions of ourselves. In today's video, we will be discussing the topic of six-pack abs and why it is that so many men struggle to get them in the first place. There's 5 key points which I want to address, which if you can address them appropriately, you are going to be well on your way to getting six-pack abs and hopefully maintaining them long into the future. The first point, that is, you need to build up your self-discipline. Why is that? Well, there's going to be a lot of days when you're motivated to go to the gym and eat the things which you are supposed to eat, and it's not really going to feel that difficult. It's probably just going to be a walk in the park. However, there's going to be a lot of days, many days when you're not motivated. And when there's no motivation, what are you going to do? You need to rely upon your self-discipline in order to make sensible choices, to go to the gym, to do the cardio session, to eat the things which you're supposed to eat, and to not eat the things which you are not supposed to eat. If you don't have strong self-discipline, you really are going to struggle. Naughty. I like that. The next point, you need to make sure that you don't do too much too soon. You need to understand that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. What do I mean by this? I mean, a lot of people, when they have this sudden urgent goal to have six-pack abs, this is going to be the year when I'm going to be super shredded, what they end up doing is they try to do as much as they possibly can do in the shortest period of time so they can get their results quickly. And most of the time, it's just, first of all, not possible, and secondly, extremely unsustainable. They'll burn out. They try to do way too much cardio. They try to go to the gym way more often than is required. And at the same time, they will drastically reduce their calorie intake. So day after day, they're in a pretty aggressive calorie deficit. Maybe they'll see some results to begin with, but eventually they're going to plateau. It's going to be almost impossible to get stronger, to build muscle tissue, to recover adequately. And then you'll end up just wondering, why the hell am I living in the gym every single day? It's simply not sustainable, and most of the time people will burn out, lose motivation, and then they just stop completely, which is exactly what you don't want to be doing. In reality, all you need to do is the basics repeated again and again and again, week after week, for an extended period of time. You just have to be extremely consistent. You don't actually have to do anything crazy. Just go to the gym at least 3-4 times per week. Make sure you keep it active, maybe do additional cardio on top of that, eat appropriately, and don't go through periods of excessive binging or skipping the gym in the first place. The next point, you need to first prioritize building muscle and building your metabolism before you think about going on any kind of cut for an extended period of time to get your body fat below 10% to get those abs visible. If you have a slow metabolism and you don't have a huge amount of muscle to begin with, it's going to be extremely difficult to burn more calories and to take away further calories from the limited amount which you're eating in the first place. You're just going to be a very skinny, fatty version of yourself, and you're not going to go anywhere. Okay, so first of all, it may even take a couple of years to do this. You need to build a substantial amount of muscle tissue for the foundation. By doing this, by eating more food, by building more muscle tissue, you're naturally just going to have a higher metabolism in the first place. And when it actually comes to restricting calories again and trying to go on some kind of a cut, at least you have something to cut away from. Okay, so make sure you do that first. For most people, if they're starting off in the gym, realistically, you need to think the first couple of years of your training is building muscle mass, little periods in between where you're going back to maintenance or doing little mini cuts to ensure the body fat doesn't get too high. But realistically, once you've got to a point where you have a substantial amount of muscle tissue, then you can start to think about going on extended cuts to really get your body fat percentage down to the low levels. The next point, and this is very important, you need to hold yourself accountable. You are responsible for every single thing which goes in your mouth and what doesn't go into your mouth. You're also responsible for whether or not you're going to go to the gym or whether you're going to skip a gym session. And you're also responsible for how hard you push yourself in the gym. You need to get out of a habit of blaming other people for the mistakes which you've made or the lack of progress which you are making. Ultimately, it really is as simple as that. It's down to you. Anybody who has achieved a great physique or achieved anything great in life, business, sports, whatever it is, they're extremely accountable individuals. If they do make mistakes, they learn from their mistakes and they make sure they don't repeat them again in the future. There's going to be some days, no doubt, where maybe things are completely out of your control. But the majority of the time, those days aren't going to happen that often. The majority of the time, it's going to be completely down to you. And it's your responsibility. The next point, and arguably the most important point, you need to ask yourself realistically, how badly do you want this? If you really don't want it badly enough, then it's not going to happen realistically. Unless it's going to come really easily to you, you're not going to be prepared to put in the work necessary in order to achieve those goals, the goals of having six-pack abs in the first place. Ultimately, it comes down to sacrifice, and you need to ask yourself, what is it that you would rather have? Would you rather have the six-pack abs and make some sacrifices in terms of what you can eat, how often you're going to exercise, and how often you train? Or would you rather make the sacrifice of not having six-pack abs, but have the luxury of getting to eat whatever it is that you want and basically exercising whenever it is that you want? Okay, it's a choice. The choice is up to you. So there you have it, folks. 5 very important factors which are going to help you towards your fitness goals and having the glorious six-pack abs, which I am sure the majority of you would like to have yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully it's provided some eye-opening information. If not, maybe it's giving you a little kick up the arse and a bit of extra motivation that you may need at this point in time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course, if you are looking for guidance when it comes to training, programming, and nutrition, the Thirst app is there to provide you with all the information you need to achieve those goals of yours. See you in the next video.